What's up, guys? It's Rav Mo, coming to you with some breakdown of the lyrics from our newest song, Light One More. In the song, we use the line, "There's only one lasting cure. Find your oil, find your fuel. Just make sure that the flask is pure." I don't know about you, I have these old, sometimes positive, usually negative experiences of going to Hebrew school when I was a little kid. You know, they tell you that childhood version of the Hanukkah song. Yes, and the Greeks came in and they went into the temple and they brought their little piggies and they made the whole temple impure. But the Maccabees came in and they found the one little tiny jar of oil that was pure. Now here's the problem. When you start getting into the technicalities of being Jewish, you realize that some of these stories don't always add up. Pure oil? Here's the problem. If you study all the very technical laws of the temple, you actually technically don't need to use pure oil for the menorah in the temple. Did you get all of that? You don't actually need pure oil when you're lighting it for the menorah. So why did they have to find pure oil? They had gallons of impure oil that they could have used. Oh, I bet they didn't tell you that one in Hebrew school. Why go for the pure oil? You gotta make sure that your flask is pure. Let's talk about why. You and me, we're not perfect. Well, you're perfect. I'm not. We can accept the imperfections of life because life is a process and a journey of growth. But we have to start with perfection. Whenever we're starting out to do something, start as if it's going to be perfect the whole way through. Weddings. The first day of your marriage. That's gotta be perfect. Don't forget the tablecloth, floral arrangements, band, what your mother's hat looked like. Those all have to be perfect. A human fetus. You're right, human beings will get cuts, scrapes, and bruises and broken legs for the rest of our lives. But the very beginning of that brand new fetus, that has to be perfect. You don't want any imperfections in that DNA. Anybody in film out there? You gotta start with a great script. Everyone can tell you that a terrible script, no matter how much good directing, how much good filming, how much good photography, acting, if you start with a terrible script, you can't save the movie. When you're starting a new company, the mission statement's gotta be perfect. Okay, you'll get sidetracked here and there, but you can always return back to that original perfection that you had in mind the first time. The more perfect your first start is, then as you progress in your journey, no matter how far you stray, you can always return back to that original perfection. It doesn't matter if later down the line, the Jews could have used impure oil in the temple. Hanukkah means a new dedication of the temple. This is the very first lighting for the rest of the temple's history. You gotta make the first one pure. The same is true with you, my friends. When you're starting anything new, start with pure oil. Start with pure motivation. Everything has to be done with the highest thing in mind. Then, as you go on, you can be imperfect like me. Take that, Hebrew school teachers. You gotta start teaching that one. Thanks for joining. Happy Hanukkah, everybody. I'm Rav Mo.